Starting an Airbnb is like starting any other business. You go in with excitement, but also naivety. No matter how much prep or research that you've done, you've no idea what to really expect. You're taking a leap of faith, and well done you, because most people never jump. Now, the big guy here calls this uninformed optimism. Basically summarized as, how hard can it be? But again, like in any business, once you get into it and it starts punching you in the face on a daily basis, you arrive here. Informed pessimism. You're thinking, this is hard. I thought it was going to be easier than this, and you're actually questioning whether you've made a bad mistake. And that's why I've made this video. I've been where you are, and I've helped tons of people just like that push through to get to where they want to be. I'm going to talk you through the 5 most common mistakes people make when they're getting started, so you don't have to. Now, if you've already got started and you recognize any of these mistakes, I'm going to show you how to fix them. All except one. One of these mistakes can't be fixed if you've already made it. Sorry, but I'll explain more in due course. If you're new here, what's the crack? My name's Dave, and I host over 15,000 guests per year here in Belfast. And on this channel, I show you how to set up and scale Airbnb businesses. Okay, let's get into it. Mistake number 5. Yes, we're doing a countdown. So this mistake relates to not being careful about who you're letting into your property. Now, I know you like to think that everyone that comes and is going to stay in your place is going to be nice, lovely, happy guests who are going to treat it with respect. The reality is it's not. There are lots of bad people out there who book Airbnbs or short-term rentals, whatever you call them, for nefarious purposes. There are lots of bad guests out there. The common one that we all know is partiers. Now, everyone getting started in Airbnb will have a fear about people coming to party in their property. But you might be thinking, there's no way to stop them. How can you tell if someone's going to do that or not? But there is a way to stop them, and you absolutely have to stop them. There is no more horrible feeling than walking into your property after a big party's been had in it and seeing the trail of destruction, the mess everywhere. Your pride and joy that you've spent so much time getting ready just being destroyed. It's obviously not good for you, it's not good for your cleaners, it's not good for any neighbours, and it's not good for your bottom line. Now, will Airbnb come in and save the day? Who knows? And it can be very difficult to get money out of the guests, even if they've trashed the place and it's very clear that it was them. Now, it's not just partiers that could come in and be bad guests that you need to protect and keep away from your property. There's loads of other types, and you can see them in my book, which is the link below. But how do you stop these people? Okay, so the first thing you need to do is have a strong vetting procedure. So as soon as a booking comes in, you need to be investigating that guest. Who are they? What are their past reviews like? Why are they even coming to your property? If it's a family from really far away, chances are it's going to be absolutely fine. But if the profile picture is of some 16-year-old kid and their address is down the street from your property, you're probably in trouble. So you really need to dig in about why these guests are coming. And if you can find that they are coming for a party, cancel the booking. The second point is you need to have really strict house rules. Now, when I say strict, I mean not house rules that are going to negatively affect normal families coming to stay. Do not be that kind of host. I'm talking about rules like no smoking in the property, no loud music after 10, no drugs, no bringing back guests that aren't already on the booking. Rules that if people break, you can therefore kick them out of the property. But the key is try and stop these bookings at source. It's much easier to do that than have to actually evict a guest once they're in-house. Now, you're gonna have to be streetwise here. This is gonna take time. You will be stung to some degree in this, but over time, you're gonna get streetwise. You're gonna spot the red flags, the warning signs of the bad types of guests that are gonna try and come in. And it can be difficult to have those conversations to basically say to someone, you're not coming into this property, but it's much easier to do that than after you find they've trashed the place already. And remember, with the better guests, there's going to be less costs, you're going to have an easier business to run, and you're going to have better reviews and more profit. Okay, mistake number 4 that I see so many new Airbnb hosts make is that they run the business on an ad hoc basis. They let the business run them as opposed to them running the business. There's no systems in place of repeatable processes of how everything works. And because of that, it just ends up taking all of your time. And when you get stuck in the weeds of this business, it will take over your life. Your phone will go 24/7, 365 days a year, weekends, date nights ruined. I've been there. And you're gonna burn out. You're gonna be so busy fighting fires that you're gonna become cynical, you're gonna have no time to deliver the customer service that your guests need, and you're never gonna be able to grow the business to any more than one property. The goal is to get this business systemized, and it is possible. You can get this business running like clockwork so you can have total freedom. Now I'm talking location freedom, financial freedom, and time freedom. But it has to be through dedicated systemization of everything in the business. If you wanna see how that is done, watch this video. But this is what we're talking about. We're talking cleaning, we're talking linen, maintenance, communication, the tech and online side, and your rate pricing software as well. Once you dedicate time to systemize these things, you're gonna have so much time back. Okay, mistake number 3 that I see new hosts making. It's not fully anticipating the amount of work that's involved in keeping these guests happy. The key thing to remember when you're starting an Airbnb is that you're now opening a hospitality business. It's effectively a one-room hotel and you have every job in it. These are paying guests who are spending a lot of money to come and stay in your property, and they have expectations, desires, questions, and guess what? It all comes through you and you have to deliver on those, or guess what? You're not going to get a 5-star review at the end. Reviews are the lifeblood of this business. If you get a run of bad ones, then it's game over. But if you can work hard, over-deliver, please those guests to ensure they have a great time, then you're going to get hit with 5 stars after 5 stars. And remember, revenue follows reviews. There can be a lot of work involved in keeping guests happy, but it is crucial that you actually do it. If you want to learn my top 5 tips and tricks, click this video and you can see it. Mistake number 2, and one that probably frustrates me the most out of everything I see, it's only listing your property on Airbnb. Yes, Airbnb is the whole phrase, the whole common vernacular of this industry, which also is a bugbear of mine, but there are so many other booking sites out there that you need to be listing your property on. The big ones that you absolutely have to be on are Booking.com and Expedia. You're missing out on millions of eyeballs all around the world of people who just simply don't use Airbnb and instead choose to use Booking.com or Expedia. If you aren't on those sites, there's just no chance that you're going to get a booking from those guests. And add to that, Airbnb is an absolutely flooded, crowded, saturated marketplace, whereas when you go on the likes of Booking.com or Expedia, there's far less competition. Add to that, your property is going to be showing up alongside hotels and all other types of accommodation. And the last thing about being so reliant on Airbnb is you've just got all your eggs in one basket. You're so exposed that you're one algorithm change away from oblivion. Now I've got a whole section dedicated to all the different booking sites you should be on. If you want to get my book, click the link below. But honestly, do not only list on Airbnb. Okay, now mistake number 1. Now this is the only thing that cannot be changed if you've already done it, and hopefully you're not in this position. It's bringing the wrong property to the market. Now, as I touched on, this is a hospitality business with paying guests coming to experience your area, potentially for the first time. They don't know what a good area is compared to a bad area, but you do. And you need to be very careful that you bring a property on in a good location, not dangerous, not unsafe, not unwelcoming to guests. Yes, you can pick up properties in those areas for a lot cheaper, but there's a reason why it's that cheap. Guests expect a lot. They want to be close to the action. They want to be near a beach if you're in a coastal area. They want to be near a supermarket or things to do if they're in a city centre location. And it's really important that you think about those first impressions of when a guest arrives at your property. They either get out of the taxi or they arrive, they've been walking to get to it. Google tells them you're now here. What do they think when they stand there and they look around? Are they happy with the decision to book your place? Or are they thinking, are we gonna get killed here? And again, just like with the customer service, there's nowhere to hide in this industry. If your property is in a bad location, if it's not done up to the good standard, if it doesn't have all the facilities in it that guests expect, you're gonna just get hit with bad reviews. And while you can always improve the interior of the property, the location is the one thing that cannot be changed. So it's so important that you get it right. Do your research beforehand and make sure it's gonna be a place that's suitable for guests. If you wanna see a free way to do that, you can click this video. And if you want a bit more of a thorough explanation, then you can use a platform like Airbnb. Again, there's a link below on how to do this. So I hope this video has helped you. Get ready for some of these things that are coming your way, some of these punches you're gonna get in the face once you start your business. If it's helped, please leave me a comment, tell me which one was most enlightening for you. See you next time.